if Nikola Tesla wasn't the misunderstood genius, but also a brag we've been led to believe? In this video, we unravel the incredible story of Tesla's triumphs, eccentricities, and controversies. From his bold claims of an earthquake machine to the mysterious disappearance of his files after his death, Tesla's life is shrouded in intrigue. Was he truly light years ahead of his time, or a master showman with impossible dreams? Explore his epic rivalry with Edison, the truth behind his failed Wardencliffe tower, and the wild myths that made him a legend. Watch the full video to uncover the genius, the mysteries, and the legacy of Nikola Tesla. Who was Nikola Tesla? A man born in the depths of the Austrian Empire, in a small village now known as Croatia, would go on to change the world in ways no one could have imagined. On July 10, 1856, Nikola Tesla entered this world, a man of towering intellect, boundless creativity, and profound eccentricity. Yet, his life wasn't just one of brilliance. It was a whirlwind of controversy, betrayal, and obsession. Tesla began his journey in engineering and physics during the 1870s, though he never completed a degree. By the early 1880s, he was deeply immersed in the burgeoning world of electric power, working for Continental Edison. In 1884, he set sail for the United States, a land he believed would be the cradle of his grand ideas. Little did he know, it would also become the stage for his most bitter rivalries. Tesla's arrival in America marked the beginning of his complicated relationship with Thomas Edison. At first, the two seemed like a perfect match. Edison, the established inventor, and Tesla, the ambitious genius with a mathematical mind unmatched by his peers. But cracks quickly formed in their partnership. Edison promised Tesla $50,000 for redesigning his inefficient direct current DC system. But when Tesla delivered the improvements, Edison laughed it off, claiming it was a joke. Betrayed and unpaid, Tesla quit, leaving behind what could have been a lucrative partnership. Tesla didn't crumble under Edison's betrayal. Instead, he found an ally in George Westinghouse, who recognized the genius of Tesla's alternating current AC system. Together, they challenged Edison in what became known as the War of the Currents. The showdown reached its climax at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. Edison, refusing to cooperate, banned the use of his patented light fixtures, but Tesla and Westinghouse prevailed. They illuminated the fairgrounds with a dazzling display of electric light, proving to the world that AC was the future. By the 1890s, Tesla was at the height of his fame. He entertained the likes of Mark Twain in his laboratory, dazzling them with experiments that seemed to border on magic. But Tesla's ambitions were far grander than mere party tricks. Tesla envisioned a world connected by wireless power, a global grid that could transmit electricity and information without wires. In Colorado Springs, he conducted high-voltage experiments, creating artificial lightning and pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. But genius often comes with a price. Tesla's obsession with his work led to a life of seclusion. While the world marveled at his inventions, Tesla himself withdrew from society, consumed by his quest for perfection. He believed relationships, romantic or otherwise, were distractions. The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Despite his isolation, Tesla did form unlikely friendships. He was drawn to figures like Swami Vivekananda, whose Eastern philosophies fascinated him, and Mark Twain, who described Tesla's inventions as the most valuable patents since the telephone. Tesla even dabbled in Hindu and Vedic philosophy, attempting to bridge the gap between science and spirituality. Tesla, however, was not without his controversies. When Thomas Edison died in 1931, the world mourned the inventor. But Tesla's response was scathing. He described Edison's methods as crude and inefficient, a stark contrast to the world's adoration for the so-called Wizard of Menlo Park. On a cold January day in 1943, the world lost one of its brightest minds. Nikola Tesla, visionary inventor and enigmatic genius, was found dead in his room at the Hotel New Yorker. At 86, Tesla had spent a lifetime weaving dreams into reality, from wireless energy transmission to remote-controlled machines. But as his body was discovered, another race began, one shrouded in secrecy, conspiracy, and the shadow of global conflict. Tesla's brilliance had been overshadowed by his eccentricities. He died alone, penniless, and forgotten by many, yet the world he left behind was forever changed by his genius. George Westinghouse, recognizing the debt owed to Tesla, ensured his hotel bills were paid until the very end. What is the death ray? It was World War II, and the stakes could not have been higher. Tesla had long boasted of creating a particle beam weapon, ominously dubbed the death ray. This invention, he claimed, had the power to change the face of warfare, making entire armies obsolete and rendering nations invincible. The possibility of such a weapon falling into enemy hands was a risk the US government could not afford. Within hours, representatives of the Office of Alien Property descended upon Tesla's room, seizing everything. But what happened next has remained a mystery for decades. What exactly did Tesla's files contain, and where are they now? Despite the release of 250 pages of declassified documents in 2016 and subsequent revelations in 2018, many questions remain unanswered. Some files are still missing, others remain classified, and the rumors of cover-ups, they're louder than ever. 3 weeks after Tesla's death, a critical decision was made. An electrical engineer from MIT, Dr. John G. Trump, was brought in to evaluate Tesla's work. His mission? To determine if the seized documents held any value for national security. According to the declassified files, Dr. Trump concluded that Tesla's work was primarily of a speculative, philosophical, and promotional character. He claimed the papers contained no new sound, workable principles or methods. To the public, this was presented as the final word, a dismissal of Tesla's death ray as nothing more than a figment of the inventor's vivid imagination. But who exactly was John G. Trump? A brilliant scientist in his own right, he had designed life-saving X-ray machines and worked on radar technology during the war. More notably, he was the uncle of future President Donald J. Trump. Decades later, Donald Trump would proudly cite his uncle's expertise, claiming, "My uncle used to tell me about nuclear before nuclear was nuclear." However, not everyone agreed with Dr. Trump's assessment. At Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, a group of military officials, including Brigadier General L.C. Craigie, believed otherwise. Craigie, the first military pilot to fly a jet plane, reviewed Tesla's ideas and concluded that the particle beam weapon is real. Two opposing factions emerged, one dismissing Tesla's work, the other convinced it held untapped potential. Was the dismissal of Tesla's death ray an honest conclusion, or a calculated move to hide its power from public view? Then, there's the mystery of the missing files. Tesla's estate was meant to go to his nephew, Sava Kosanovic, the Yugoslav ambassador to the US. But the FBI had other concerns. They suspected Kosanovic of plotting to hand over Tesla's work to enemy forces. Declassified documents reveal that agents considered arresting him to prevent this. In 1952, a US court declared Kosanovic the rightful heir to Tesla's estate. Tesla's belongings, recorded as 80 trunks, were shipped to Belgrade, Serbia, where they now reside in the Nikola Tesla Museum. But only 60 trunks arrived. What happened to the other 20? Were they consolidated, as some claim, or quietly removed by the US government? The missing trunks have become the focal point of endless speculation. Did they hold the secrets to Tesla's most ambitious ideas? To uncover the truth, investigative teams have retraced Tesla's footsteps. For the 5-part history series, The Tesla Files, Mark Seifer joined forces with astrophysicist Dr. Travis Taylor and investigative journalist Jason Stapleton. Their mission: to find Tesla's missing files and determine if the U.S. government had secretly weaponized his ideas. Despite Dr. Trump's initial dismissal, the military's interest in particle beam technology didn't end. In fact, it inspired programs like Ronald Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative, nicknamed Star Wars, in the 1980s. Could Tesla's vision have been quietly realized, powering some of the most advanced military projects in history? Adding to the intrigue, FBI files reveal that Vice President Henry Wallace discussed Tesla's wireless energy and death ray with advisors during FDR's administration. There's even evidence suggesting that FDR himself may have sought a meeting with Tesla just before his death. Tesla's legacy lives on in the technologies that shape our world: wireless communication, remote controls, and encryption systems. But the secrets of his most groundbreaking ideas, like the death ray, remain locked away, either hidden in government vaults or lost to time. Was Tesla silenced by a government that feared his genius? Or was his work truly as speculative as Dr. Trump claimed? You are free to interpret this story however you want, but for that, stick to us, so you don't miss out on any facts. The missing files, conflicting reports, and enduring mysteries ensure that Tesla's story is far from over. The dark genius of Nikola Tesla, a man ahead of his time or delusive. Tesla was undoubtedly a man of extraordinary intellect, but his journey was marked by more than just scientific brilliance. He was deeply misunderstood, plagued by obsessive-compulsive tendencies, and a mind that rarely allowed him to rest. His obsessive focus on his work, and the extreme measures he took to pursue it, made him both a marvel and an outcast. Yet for all the grand tales surrounding his life, the truth is often simpler, albeit no less fascinating. For instance, the claim that Tesla possessed a photographic memory has tantalized believers for years. While Tesla's memory and visualization skills were undoubtedly exceptional, he meticulously recorded his ideas in notebooks, notes that, upon review, contained app updates, software updates, and science, which gave his cynic doubters more reasons to flaunt him for something that every genius does: keeping notes. Tesla's financial struggles are another key element of his mythos. Many romanticize his life as a tragic tale of a genius betrayed by a greedy world. Tesla's refusal to embrace the world of business made him a tragic figure. He cared little for wealth, fame, or practicality, focusing instead on grand ideas that often outpaced the technology of his time. This idealism left him exploited, penniless, and discredited by many who couldn't comprehend the scope of his imagination. In one notable instance, when the city demanded he pay his tax bill, Tesla admitted he had no money, owed scores of debts, and had been living on credit at the Waldorf Astoria for years. Tesla was known to make grand statements about inventions and phenomena that often stretched beyond the bounds of plausibility. When Marconi was preparing to test his radio signals, Tesla boldly announced that he had already received transmissions from Mars. He declared that humanity would soon communicate with other planets, thanks to his superior technology. Other claims were equally fantastical. Tesla spoke of a torpedo that could be recalled after firing, and most famously, the death ray, a particle beam weapon that could obliterate armies. While some of his contemporaries dismissed these ideas as there was no working prototype found, Tesla's timing was impeccable. His announcements often coincided with significant scientific breakthroughs by others, ensuring that he remained at the center of attention. Yet, not all of Tesla's visions were tied to his work. One of his most haunting claims involved his beloved pigeons. Late in life, Tesla reportedly had a vision of a white pigeon bathed in radiant beams of light, which he interpreted as a divine sign that his work on Earth was complete and that his death was near. These observations and visions made it difficult for him to fit into a world that values conformity over originality. Tesla's insomnia also played a significant role in shaping his life. He famously claimed to sleep only 2 hours a night, dedicating the rest of his time to relentless experimentation. However, hotel staff often found him in a trance-like state, standing still and unaware of his surroundings, an involuntary reaction to the severe sleep deprivation he endured. One of the most debated aspects of Tesla's career is his contribution to the invention of radio. Tesla radio. As early as 1892, Nikola Tesla created a basic design for radio. On November 8, 1898, he patented a radio-controlled robot boat. Tesla used this boat, which was controlled by radio waves, in the electrical exhibition in 1898, Madison Square Garden. While modern enthusiasts credit him as the true father of the technology, historical evidence tells a more complicated story. The timing could not have been worse. In England, a young Italian experimenter named Guglielmo Marconi came up with building a device for wireless telegraphy. Tesla himself claimed that 17 of his patents were used in Marconi's radio, and he was bitter when Marconi ultimately secured a patent for his device. The reason? The powerful financial backing for Marconi in the United States suggests one possible explanation. What became the hurdle in Tesla's biggest inventions? The pinnacle of Tesla's ambition and the ultimate symbol of his failure was the Wardencliffe Tower. This monumental project was meant to provide wireless energy and communication across the globe, a concept so ahead of its time that even modern scientists struggle to grasp its feasibility. Tesla secured a fraction of the funding he needed from J.P. Morgan, who demanded a stake in Tesla's patents, likely skeptical of the project's success. Tesla's Wardencliffe Tower was perhaps his most ambitious undertaking. Tesla wasted no time acquiring land, hiring laborers, and erecting the colossal tower. Its steel supports plunged hundreds of feet into the earth, intended to use the planet itself as a massive conductor. Tesla believed that by gripping the earth, the tower would produce seismic quivers capable of delivering energy anywhere in the world. While it's true that he followed the plans in his patent and managed to create a transmitter, the device failed to work as promised due to insufficient supply of infrastructure. Tesla sought additional funding from Morgan, who declined, and due to no further funding, he could not complete something that was so ahead of its time. Even modern experts are baffled by Wardencliffe Tower. Tesla's patent described two potential methods of transmitting energy, one through the Earth itself and another by shooting energy into the ionosphere. Neither method seems feasible even today. It's likely that Tesla, as brilliant as he was, wasn't fully understood and supported in the magnitude of the task he had undertaken, leading to his ultimate failure. And yet, Tesla never stopped reaching for the extraordinary. One of his most fascinating discoveries was about his earthquake machine. As the story goes, Tesla built a resonance device so powerful it could shake entire buildings. In 1897, the device was ready, and in 1898, he supposedly managed to oscillate his laboratory at 48E Houstonstead, New York, enough that alarmed neighbors called the police and ambulance, fearing an earthquake happening. He tested the device on his own lab, causing neighboring buildings to tremble before smashing it to pieces with a hammer just as police arrived. Tesla's own flair for dramatics only amplified the story as myth due to more enemies he made by being arrogant and bold. He once declared that his resonance machine was capable of shaking metals, but the prototype was never powerful enough to send energy far enough. One persistent incident claims that both men were offered a joint Nobel Prize, but their mutual disdain led them to reject the honor. The prize went to Gustav Dale. Both Tesla and Edison were media-savvy individuals who knew how to cultivate a public persona, and their rivalry, though real, some sources have claimed that because of their animosity toward each other, neither was given the award, despite their scientific contributions. Nikola Tesla's brilliance is unquestionable. This is a man who reportedly inspired even Albert Einstein to defer the title of the smartest man in the world. Tesla spoke 8 languages fluently, held around 300 patents, and laid the foundation for many technologies we rely on today: wireless communication, and remote control. With an IQ estimated to range between 160 and an astounding 310, Tesla stood among the intellectual giants of all time, cementing his place on the 40 smartest people of all time list. But his genius wasn't the only thing that set him apart. Tesla was as eccentric as he was intelligent, a man of bold visions and bigger words. His confidence often came across as arrogance, leading many to dismiss him as a braggart. For some, these claims overshadowed his genius, branding him as a mad scientist rather than a misunderstood visionary. Nikola Tesla's life is a story of brilliance, ambition, and intrigue. From the towering ambitions of Wardencliffe to the fantastical tales of earthquake machines and Martian transmissions, Tesla remains one of history's most fascinating figures. But his legacy is more than just myth or failure. It's a testament to the power of dreaming big, even when those dreams seem impossible. Want to dive deeper into the untold stories of Tesla and other enigmatic figures who changed the world? Join us at Mystery Media, where history's mysteries come to life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating tales that blur the line between fact and fiction.